Welcome to Factful Finance. Imagine you're out shopping and that shiny new gadget catches your eye. It's not something you planned for, but suddenly, it feels like you need it. If you've ever made a purchase based on how you were feeling in the moment, you're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into how emotions shape the financial decisions of millennials, and why emotional spending is becoming a bigger issue than ever before. Let's get started. Now, before we jump into the emotional side of spending, a quick disclaimer. The information shared here is for educational purposes only. If you're looking for personalized financial advice, it's always best to consult with a professional. So, let's talk about emotional spending. If you've found yourself splurging on something you didn't need, there's a reason for that. And it's not just because your credit card felt too convenient. Research shows that emotions play a huge role in the way millennials make financial decisions. In fact, a study by the American Psychological Association found that 45% of millennials make emotional purchases when they're feeling stressed or anxious. But here's the kicker. It's not just the impulse buys that get us. It's the deeper, more subtle emotional triggers that we often don't even recognize. Take Emma, for example. After a tough week at work, she decides to treat herself with a new outfit. While this might feel rewarding at the moment, the reality is that Emma's emotional state made her more susceptible to impulse buying. The purchase, while satisfying in the short term, doesn't necessarily align with her long-term financial goals, like saving for an emergency fund or paying off student loans. It's easy to see how emotions can cloud our judgment in the moment. But the bigger issue comes when these small emotional purchases add up over time. Noah, for instance, regularly buys things like coffee, takeout, or clothes when he's feeling down, and suddenly he's overspending without realizing it. Over time, those small purchases can have a massive impact on his ability to save or invest for his future. So how do you avoid falling into this trap? First, it's important to understand that emotional spending isn't just about buying things. It's about the feelings that drive those purchases. Millennial emotions like stress, boredom, or even social pressures are often behind the trigger. When you recognize these feelings, you can start to take control. One powerful technique is the 24-hour rule. Next time you're tempted to make an emotional purchase, give yourself 24 hours to sit on it. This simple practice can help you clear your mind and evaluate whether the purchase is truly necessary or just an impulse driven by your emotions. Let's also talk about self-awareness. Sophia realized she was spending more on things like clothes and gadgets whenever she felt overwhelmed by work or personal issues. By journaling her emotional triggers, she was able to identify patterns in her spending and redirect her energy toward healthier habits, like exercising or connecting with friends. Another strategy that's proven to help is budgeting with intention. Creating a budget that's designed to meet your emotional needs as well as your financial ones can help you curb emotional spending. For instance, you might allocate a specific amount for fun or self-care, so you're still allowing yourself some flexibility to indulge, but with boundaries that support your overall financial well-being. Experts recommend using tools like Mint or YNAB, You Need a Budget, to track your spending and ensure it aligns with your goals. Budgeting apps can help you stay on top of your finances and give you a clearer picture of where your money is going, especially when those emotional spending moments come up. Now let's talk about a concept that's absolutely critical for millennial finances: delayed gratification. It's a hard thing to master, but it's key to long-term financial success. Think of it as building a financial muscle. You've got to practice it regularly. When you're able to delay that immediate desire for a purchase, you open up the possibility for better financial outcomes down the road. Take Liam, who wanted to buy a new car. Instead of caving in and making the purchase, he decided to save for 6 months. In that time, he cut back on some emotional spending, fewer unplanned meals out, fewer impulse buys, and put the extra money into his savings. 6 months later, he had enough to buy the car outright, and the satisfaction of knowing he had made a conscious, well-thought-out decision. Let's wrap up with this. Your emotions aren't something to ignore when it comes to your financial decisions. They're just a part of who you are. But learning how to manage them can make a world of difference in how you handle your money. So, the next time you're tempted by that flash sale or a shiny new gadget, ask yourself, is this purchase aligned with my goals, or is it just a way to soothe an emotional need? When you make decisions from a place of awareness rather than impulse, you're taking a big step toward financial freedom. Now, let me ask you, what's your strategy for managing emotional spending? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you stay on top of your financial game. Thank you so much for tuning in to Factful Finance. If you like what we're doing here, why not hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss out on more tips that will help you make smarter financial decisions. I think you'll find the video shown on screen next pretty helpful for your financial journey too. Thanks for watching, and remember, financial freedom isn't just a dream, it's a decision you make today.